IC 2024 AVoverIPoE. I'm here at the Niveo stand and I'm here with David. David, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thanks.
It's Friday.
It is Friday. we're nearly there.
In the US, we call TGIF.
Okay.
Thank God it's Friday.
So, tell me about the history of Niveo.
Okay. Niveo was started with the two principals, Arthur and Yop, about 12 years ago. The focus has been on the AV industry. So we're now most known for our switches, IP switches, but they're not a data switch. These are specifically built for the AV enterprise.
Oh, that's really interesting. So what kind of, I presume you've got 1 gig switches, 10 gig switches?
Yeah, so we've got multiple sizes, 8, 16, 24, and 48 port 1 gig switches. And right now our new entry in the market is a 24 port SDVoE-enabled 10 gig switch, which has the API built into it along with PoE++. So we're the first to actually have those two features on a 10 gig switch.
Oh, that's great. That's good for where it's coming natively in there. That's a really good feature. And tell me about, obviously this is AVoverIP space is very much dominated by Netgear. What sets you guys apart?
So we were able to write a GUI that's really kind of clean and easy to work with. So for my engineers, they're done configuring a switch, even with VLANs, in less than 5 minutes. Very clean and easy. But the largest advantage that we found, and I took over the Americas 4 years ago, was I was watching how my engineers solve problems with the clients. The problems 90% of the time, and I did track it to say that number, was not the switch. The problem was a piece of gear or a control platform. So our what I call secret sauce, what we do that's different is if an integrator will go ahead and set up the switch with their in-gear and their control platform at their office, we will remote in, help them configure it, which takes a couple of minutes, but actually help them test out. And the advantage there is it saves somewhere between 8 and 12 hours an install, because when they pack up to go to site, their customer site, they already know now that they have a fabric, not a switch. They get a fabric that's been tested and is working.
Of course, that support is vital in the AV space. And I presume that's a really strong emphasis of what you see.
Absolutely. We encourage all of our clients to work with us that way, not to be kind of on call once you're out there on the job site. Yes, do we handle those? Absolutely. But if they'll work with us, we're going to save them time, which is much more valuable for them, and they will have a lot fewer headaches. Because it's interesting things that happen. You could have an endpoint that's out of date in firmware, and it could flood. You could have, something that you didn't set right in your control system, and it'll cause problems. You're not getting connectivity that you expect, or you're not getting the throughput that you expect. And that way, we prefer to be kind of hands-on with the client up front with their design and help them work through it.
And so what other advantages is there for an integrator to choose your switches?
We're easier to work with.
And price point?
That's it. Just straightforward. We're easier to work with.
Price point?
Excuse me?
Price point?
We're all in the enterprise grade switches around the same price point except for Cisco. I mean, Cisco's going to be a little bit higher, but the rest of us that are in that space, and I'm talking about the U.S. market, we're all in the same price points in there. So you're not going to get big drivers in price point. It's really customer service. That is the key. Yeah, it's customer service A, B, and C, and then in the past it was availability. So one of our strengths was we were only using US-made chipsets, so we didn't rely on China for that output. So during the COVID years and stock issues, we didn't have it. We could manufacture. Our switches are made in Taiwan and Germany. We do have also an AVB switch. I didn't mention that, but we've got an AVB Dante switch. And one of the advantages of that is it's a lifetime license. A lot of the competition charges a yearly license. As an integrator, that's a pain in the butt to maintain for your client, unless you just want to pay it yourself. So in our case, we took care of that by creating a lifetime license.
It's brilliant. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you. Good meeting you.
Likewise.